Fans of a certain age will remember Rogue Trooper as an early 80s sci-fi war story from the pages of 2000 AD, and Reef Entertainment's Wii port does an excellent job of converting that old story into a third-person shooter. You're the last of your kind, a bright blue genetically engineered soldier who can survive the chemically polluted war zones of New Earth, while your opponents are the vaguely Germanic Nauts, who are desperate to wipe you out. While they have the advantage of numbers, you're unencumbered by protective suits, and carry with you the microchip dog tags of your dead comrades, which can offer advice and control your equipment for you. The inclusion of the dead buddies is what elevates Rogue Trooper from being a perfectly acceptable tactical shooter to an especially enjoyable and absorbing one.
Put me down somewhere around here. I'll cover your back.
Using them, you can turn your rifle into an automatic gun turret, project holograms of yourself to distract the enemy, hack computers, and throw your voice.
I'll attract them to.
Essentially, it gives you all the abilities you'd get in a squad-based game without losing the intensity of the one-man against an army setup. On top of that, you'll find that your dog tag buddies provide you with the versatility to tackle problems in a variety of ways, which helps keep the game interesting. While Rogue Trooper offers lots of play options, they're controlled in a contextual manner, with all the primary stuff handled by the remote buttons and the trickier items contained within a petal menu. This sensible control system, combined with the admittedly slow speed of the game, means that you rarely find yourself fumbling to carry out any actions, with the possible exception of the grenade aiming mechanic, that bears little resemblance to the gestures you make with the nunchuck, and occasionally seems to get stuck in mode, causing you to bomb everything in sight despite the availability of better options. It's a little bit like being president. The bad guys are surprisingly bullet resistant, and their AI varies wildly, from those that barely register the fact that you're machine gunning them, to those that can spot you and shoot you from a mile out. But neither extreme ever becomes so pronounced as to ruin the game. Graphically, Rogue Trooper is a fine example of last-gen graphics, which of course makes it pretty impressive on the Wii as well. But although the environments aren't lavishly detailed, there are a lot of them, and, like the gameplay, there's enough variety in them to keep things interesting. The audio is similarly impressive, and while the dialogue may be a little shaky at times, the sound effects, particularly the layered grinding and zinging of gunfire, helps immerse you in the action. When you're done with the story mode, you have the option of playing up to a 4-player split-screen co-op game over a number of maps. It uses a stripped-down version of the main gameplay that does without the scavenging and building options that the main game uses for resupply, in favour of scattered power-ups and advancing waves of enemy soldiers, and it adds another enjoyable facet to the game. All told, Rogue Trooper isn't spectacular enough to earn a full 5 stars, but it has the foundations of a solid shooter, onto which it grafts enough interesting extras to lift it into the 4-star bracket. It's great fun, and we definitely recommend it.